Richard Rellis here with columnist Bob Robb for reasons too complicated to explain. I'm at a resort in Paradise Valley today. It's gorgeous out here. We are discussing education financing, particularly teacher pay, which has been a big issue here in Arizona. Bob, you say that the issue really isn't money here, but allocation. What is this free market you speak of?
Well, the increase in education funding overall, according to a recent Goldwater Institute report, has been 42% on a per pupil adjusted for inflation basis since 1980. But the increase in average teacher pay during that same period, again adjusted for inflation, has just been 8%. This also occurred during a time in which over $1 billion a year has been earmarked for increased teacher pay above base funding inflation adjustments. So it should have resulted in an increase. And with that amount of money, teacher pay in Arizona should on average be more like $70,000 to $75,000 rather than the $58,000 it is. So the question to me is, if we've got a competitive education marketplace, why hasn't, since teachers are the key component to academic success, why hasn't teacher pay kept pace with overall increases in funding, given the large overall increase in funding and the substantial sums that are supposedly earmarked specifically for teacher pay?
Right, and you think that the best teachers might get more pay? Have we shown metrics that show they're the best teachers?
Yes, I believe the missing component in the marketplace is the lack of an accountability and testing regimen that highlights and reveals differences in academic outcomes. That's what teachers are the key for. And we've had an inconsistent accountability regime over time. It has changed. And the current one's an absolute muddle. It's about a whole bunch of factors, some quantitative, some qualitative. And so consumers, students and parents, are left with impressions and reputation. So you really don't get the market pressure for schools to give priority to recruiting and retaining a high quality teaching staff. And if they've got to cut corners, doing it someplace other than teacher pay. Paradoxically, teachers have objected to such a testing and opposed such a testing and accountability regime. But I think it is the missing component to creating upward market pressure, which I think is the only thing that ultimately can ensure that teachers aren't shortchanged for the money which is earmarked for them. Just statutory injunctions and haven't done the trick. You really need to create something where schools realize putting the money in the teachers rather than other things is where the priority needs to be if they're going to be successful.
Yeah, you argue that looking at performance would be a way to make that case. Interesting argument. I'm sure you'll get a lot of comments on both sides from readers who agree or disagree with you on what is always a hot topic in Arizona.
You bet.